Uh-oh, where did my phone go? Oh, here it is. Hello, everyone. All right, let's all right, there we go. And then I'm waiting for this to pop up so I can share it out. I've already changed my privacy settings on this. I just need to be able to share this out as soon as it pops up on my phone. All right, there we go. Hello, everyone. All right, let's go ahead and get this shared out. Let's see. This is, let me see. I'm going to put a roundabout number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Okay, let's say 50 shirts. to see over 50 shirts I have designed over the past few years. All in Silhouette Studio. All right. Select all and copy and post and share again and put it to a few groups. Paste and let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I think that's all the places I know for sure I can share to. I'll go back later on for any of the others. Okay. So what are we going to do today, right? I'm going to go through. I can show you the Oh, my bad. Thank you, Kizzy. I forgot to unmute myself. Thank you, my love. Bye. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Thank you, my love. And let me tell y'all, love good people. I'm actually going to be on her. I'm going to be live. I'm going to come back again live and talk to you guys about that. But I'm going to be live in her group. And I want you guys to come on over because it won't be on my platform. It will be over in her group. She sells sublimation blanks and she is specializing in like pillows and blankets and like all of your softs. Like that's where she wants to move into, right? So tonight we're going to do the graduation like diploma, like the pillow. So you can do it in vinyl or you can do it with sublimation. So we're going to be doing that in her group tonight. I'm actually going to design a file in my bachelor's class for it at 6:30, and then at 8:30 I'll be live in her group because we're going to press them live in her group. So yes, I know I'm going to start all over. So but thank you so much, my love. And so I like good people because she was like, look, because I'm just talking to y'all. So she called me and was like, look down, girl. And when she called me, it made me look. So I'm gonna I'll post a group. And I'm actually gonna do a video about it afterwards. But her group is sublimation with blanks, I believe. Kizzy, if you are on, can you post the link? I know you're probably watching on Facebook, and then I'll have to do it on YouTube. But at least if you put the link, I can copy it. But I'll show you guys her. I'll show you the logo. I mean the thing for her group. Hold on. I just don't have the exact link because I'm looking at it on my phone. See all. Sublimation with blanks. Yes. So her website is Every Sub Begins with Blanks. So we're going to do some grad pillows, and I'm trying to get with Just Blessed or JB Sublimation Blanks and see if we can do a live for graduation stoles because she has the 60-inch ones. So I'm trying to see if I can get with Dana from JB Sublimation Blanks and do a live for graduation stoles on her platform as well. So going to be collabing with a lot of people in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so I'm just trying to get that all situated with her to be able to go live on her platform and with her her stoles. And then I'm not sure if Tanya from Glow's Custom Creations, because she has the 72-inch stoles, if we can do that because she has the longer ones. But anywho, what I was saying in the beginning when I was muted was I've done a lot of shirts over the past few years. I sat here and I was counting. So I'm not sure which part I was muted on, but I have done quite a few shirts, and I was showing you guys the picture of. I took a picture of this, so we're going to go through all of these shirts. How I got to a point where I'm able to get order after order after order after order after order. When it comes to shirts was I was truly a walking billboard. There wasn't an event that we went to at one point that I did not make a shirt for. So much so to where even used to be like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't you think about this before? I used to make shirts at the last second, like literally pressing it, turn off the heat press and having a hot shirt, taking it to the car for whatever events we were going to. I mean, down to for church. I think Christmas. I have one of our Christmas shirts in here, and I went to church in a t-shirt for Christmas. I think this was Christmas, or was this Easter? No, hold on. Which one was this? For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. I don't remember. I don't remember if this was Easter or Christmas now that I think about it, but it was one of them big days in church, and we all wore matching shirts, me even and MJ. This was pre-Zion Imani, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. I don't think Zion Imani was here because MJ was young for these. But this was like a shirt that we wore, and all of this was designed. And although it might seem like, it's simple because it's just text, man, I got so many compliments on this shirt and got so many orders from the folk, from all of the folk at the church, and people just admiring the shirt. And it's just text. People love shirts with just text on it. I'm always looking at like different TikToks, and you can tell them, they'll someone who's big in TikTok, they will wear their apparel, and it's just words. And it was like, where do you get that shirt from? You'll be surprised at how like people want simple stuff, just words, not all the other stuff. And this just got me to where I'm like, I need to get back into doing vinyl. I know I sell Sublimation ink and sell Sublimation paper. That was something that was a little bit easier to get into compared to heat transfer vinyl, stuff like that, because I tried that once before and it was more so me cutting it down. So until we are able to have a better process for cutting down vinyl, we know we won't have vinyl just yet, but that is something that I want to do because I still love vinyl. But I'm going to go through these. It's like over 50 different shirts here, all ones that I've designed myself. But because I was constantly working on my skills as far as designing, understanding heat transfer vinyls and different ones, what layers well together, what pairs together, what press is good, what's going to come off, pressing them and then testing the vinyl myself. So washing it, because there's quite a few of these where stuff has come off. So it's just like, I went on here for one shirt, but I went into my drawers and my closets for one shirt. And I was like, dang it, this is a great moment, like in seeing all of this. So let me tell y'all how great God is, right? I had already planned on doing this. And today was the last day of the live portion. So you can still buy the playbacks. And this is going to be a bonus for whoever signs up for Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. So I was going to go through these already. And then someone asked a question about like their design, and then there was a suggestion of having some way where they could submit designs to me and I can kind of dissect it and give them ideas and the breakdown of it. Like just to understand layout and like my thought process behind like how I would put together a design. So that opened up like a whole nother like idea for me. I actually enjoyed the 30 days, but it is kind of a little bit of a pressure to be on the Zoom like all the time. So I'm not going to do them as a Zoom, but they will be live classes. So I'm going to go through my Silhouette Studio. Like I have tons and tons and tons of files. Some of them to me, they seem basic, but it is still the tools and functions of Silhouette Studio. Like I had to still use all these. So they wanted to see, how do I really put all of these things together? So for the month of April, every day, and since I'm so used to doing 11 o'clock, it's not a live Zoom. It's going to be just a live, kind of like how I'm doing here. But it's only for those in my Essentials to Silhouette Studio program. So I'll stream it live to the group, and also I'll have it where there's a special like YouTube link for it, for that one. Also, you can, if you're not in Essentials and you don't want to pay the $83.65 for Essentials, I have a membership on YouTube for Silaholics Anonymous. The link is in the description. It's $14.99 per month. So if you're on that, it will be available to you guys as well. If you're in my bachelor's or like my full master's or doctorate program, you guys will have access to these videos also. So I'm going to go through mine. So the thing was, I was like, I have all this content. Like I watched my video on like red flags, like you're sitting on money, you're sitting on, like I'm sitting on content. So it's not necessarily about the money part, but I'm sitting on content. I'm always trying to rethink and reinvent the wheel. And I keep telling my students not to do that. And I'm like, it's time I take my own advice. So I'm going through my files and I'm going to show the steps to create all of these, like what I did. Because this part right here is not a font. This is not a font that you're going to be able to find already done up like this. I created this part from the regular words, and then I created this part. All of this, I created it. It's not from an actual font. So I'm going to go right now, of course, this is. So I'm going to go through a lot of my designs and show how they were put together. So if this is something you want to see, it's not necessarily a teaching where I'm going to go through and I mean, of course I'm going to show you the like tell you the tools and the steps, but it's not like kind of follow for follow. I'm not providing the files. It is just to have you understand what it takes to put designs together. And then you can apply some of those same techniques to whatever it is that you are designing. So I'm going to do that in the month of April at 11 o'clock. It's going to be basically a live video that's going to stream to a couple different places based off of, depending on which program you are in, it will be available to you. All right. So yeah, we're going to do that. And I'm going to go through these designs. I mean, I'm going to go through these. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff here. So, awesome. I'm sure you have great ideas that could inspire. So I'm not really talking, it's not a general Q&A, Michelle. I'm sorry, but at the end, I'll try to address your question as far as the heat press, okay? But hello to everyone. Look at all y'all saying no sound, okay? Oh my gosh. All right, so I don't even know where to start at. Oh, you know what I'm going to start? The very first thing that I did in heat transfer vinyl. Let me figure out which one is that. I added my name to a shirt because I didn't get into shirts until I went back to coaching cheer. And I wanted to be able to make things for my cheerleaders. So one of the first things that I made, so they gave us this shirt. Okay. It's just a screen printed shirt. And I added Coach Kia. So I tried to get as close to this font. So I mean, it's a script font. Was I really not even close at all? So I added Coach Kia. Oops, wait, hold on. Coach Kia. Now, this is all the way crooked. It is way too freaking high. Like this was like one of my, like literally one of my first times doing heat transfer vinyl. I think the very first time I did heat transfer vinyl, I am one of those people that doesn't like to read instructions. So I definitely cut it on the wrong side. And I was so frustrated because I had the wrong side down. And I looked at the instructions like, oh, you're cutting on the wrong side. Okay. So know that I made them same mistakes because I was always a paper crafter. Everything I did was just paper crafting. So first shirt, trying to get it to match, you know, the pink that's in here and choosing a vinyl for that. And this is all the way crooked and also in the wrong spot. So we can look back at this, like when you have, you know, things that you've done. I'm grateful for this because I can look at this and see how far I've come to where put placement, making sure it's correct. But yeah, this was one of the first. I don't think it's the first. So I think the first thing I did for someone else. But this was, well, no, this was probably the first thing that I did. And this was done with an iron. I didn't have a heat press back then. When I first, like after I was making shirts for heat press, I had a friend, Dominique, and she had a heat press, and I made some things for her. She's on a totally different park. I coach for the Bulldogs. Her husband was a football coach for the Cowboys team that's here. I was doing vinyl only, like regular adhesive vinyl. I was not doing shirts. Paper. I went from paper crafting to adhesive vinyl. I did not do shirts yet. I made decals for cars because again, my cheerleaders, it was fundraiser stuff. I ended up making some decals for some helmets because one of their football players passed away. So when I did that, she's like, oh, wow, you do these, you know, you do this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yeah. So she wanted some decals for her husband's team because no one sold the Cowboys star in their colors. So they were the Cowboys, but their colors were lime green for that season. So they needed lime green Cowboys stars. So I ended up making those. So just from talking with her through that, we became really, really close. She had a heat press. I did not have one. Her heat press literally was at my house for about 3 months. And she would come here to press her stuff because I was getting into it and I was doing more stuff. So we shared a heat press for several months until I got with someone who taught me about screen print transfers. and they helped me through it, but I was like the main person doing them. But they really, really helped me through that. And that's how I purchased my first heat press for myself. And when I originally was going to do this video, it was to show what was my first big order, and it wasn't with vinyl. So it's this shirt. I did the jackets and all of the coaches' shirts for competition that year. Actually, for 2 years, because our commissioner, Ebony, she always has it to where like it's the same thing for like 2 years. So when new people came in, so that second year I was able to do all of them myself. But the first year I wasn't quite sure about like the transfers and stuff. So I got help from someone who kind of just, put me up on game about it. And, I worked through the pricing and all that stuff, made great money off of this. So I designed everything myself because I was already designing for other stuff. I just never did shirts. So I end up doing the entire park. And this was a design that another parent went and duplicated. It would have been nice to do the shirts for the parents, but somebody else went and duplicated, and it was fine. I was proud when I got to competition. I was like, hey, that's my design. But this was the first one that I did. Like, this was my first major order, and it was on all of their jackets. This was a learning curve because this is screen printed. These are screen print transfers, and learning how to match this up because they didn't come on one. So this was this, and there was actually there was glitter black here, but it's onyx, and it didn't really match. It looked weird, so I didn't put that. Whew, that was a learning experience because I had to cut that MG out of all of these transfers, but I had to strategically cut it because I needed the paw to be where it needed to be to line up with everything else. So then once I pressed this, I had to then go and press the white. Or did I press the white first and then that? One of those ways, but this was my very, very first big order, and this was a year into making shirts, I think. Yeah, I want to say it was a year into making shirts. So, yeah. So that I originally got it for this, and then it turned into something else from my students. But this was one of my first ones. I wish I had my one friend Nina, her bite down. I have that design. Now that design, I don't even know. That's a very complicated design, but I loved it once it was done. I think she was like one of my first like paid clients for shirts. But we're gonna go through a bunch of shirts here. Y'all ready? There's her group, which doesn't really help, but it's Sublimation with blanks. I showed the once I get the link, I'm going to go onto my Facebook and copy the link and then put it on here as well. So the live, whenever I do a live, it stays up. There was only a small period of time where I would take them down because it was suggested that maybe I take some of the stuff down to encourage people to join my actual classes because I was giving away too much free content. So I was taking things down. Some Q&As were like really, really, really long. So were kind of pointless. People weren't going back to watch them. So I took them down. But for the most part, my live videos stay up. If you sign up for any of my classes, you have lifetime access to them. I don't take them down. All right. So, like I said, this was one. I don't remember the order for these, but I put them in stacks based off of personal designs, MJ's football designs, MJ's track designs, cheer stuff, and memorial stuff like for my aunt. So that's kind of how I have this right here. What is Sublimation Blanks? It's the group that I'm going to be doing a collab live in tonight for the keepsake graduation diploma pillows. So it's not like they're official diploma, but it's just like a keepsake. So I'm going to design them. Well, I'm going to design a file in my bachelor's class tonight, and then I will be live. And she also has a free file too that's on her website. Okay, drop it for me, Kizzy, the website, so that I can go on to Facebook and copy it, and then so they can see it on Facebook. But it's every sub begins with blanks. So I know it's E sub B WB, I think. So every sub begins with blanks. So I think it's E sub BWB, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to talk about the group later, y'all. I'm going to talk about the group later. I'm not going to talk about that now. Okay. So, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for Lady Hale. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my gosh. Thank you, love. Okay. See, there it is. That's her website. She has the file on there, like the one that she has, but I'm actually going to design one in my bachelor session tonight that I'm then going to go into her live on her group, and we're going to sub them together. So, all right. I don't know the order, but like I said, this was, I forget if this was Christmas or Easter. I want to say it was Easter. It might have been Christmas. I don't remember, but we just wore this to church. This one was mine. And where's Even Zone? I often see people ask about, okay, where can I get shirts from? Look here. When I was starting out, Walmart, Michaels, Joe, every shirt that's here was not ordered on anybody's website. These were either on sale from Michaels, or it wasn't until like afterwards that I started ordering shirts from Jiffy, only because they had like different colors. But for the most part, these shirts came from Wally World, Target, Michaels, and Joann's. I'm not a Hobby Lobby kind of girl. So one of those is where I got these from. And I have a lot of stuff to where I go buy regular clothes from Walmart and put stuff on it. That was how I started. One of the ways I started like really making money, because I would make it for baby showers or for birthdays. So I wasn't trying to go out. And I had people that would buy them. They know that this jacket came from Walmart. Or they would go to Walmart and buy it themselves. I made a lot of money, not off the substrate. To be honest, to this day, I don't make a lot of money off of the actual substrate. It's, for me, I look at it as it's my talent to be able to design, my ability to be able to cut things and press them to the items. I allow people, some people say they don't allow people to bring them shirts and stuff. I allow them to bring it to me. I just have a certain disclaimer about, if you bring it to me, you know, what happens with that, because when I buy it, I'm getting at a discounted rate. I buy more of them just in case I mess up. But if you bring me something that's one of a kind, it's the only one, look, I'm only human. If it get messed up, I'm not replacing. So I have my whole little disclaimer about that, that they have to agree to. But I press in a lot of stuff just from regular stores. I see so many people, they're jumping right into this, straight to the money part, straight to the trying to turn into a business. And I don't understand that, because most people will draw you in and, oh, I'm going to show you how to turn your hobby into a business, turn your passion into a business, turn or hobby into profits and things like that. But I feel like a lot of people miss the crafting part, the hobby part, the part that you were doing when you made no money, but you perfected it. Now you can give your paying customers something that is great. You're not learning it and then trying to monetize it. That's when you get frustrated, because it's like, dang it, this messed up. I went through so many blanks. Like, what the heck? Well, I went through a whole lot of them and a whole lot of money in the beginning phases before I started selling to folk. And even when I wanted to understand like the process of time frames, because when I'm making my own, like I said, I would make a shirt and it's literally time for us to go. And Even is mad, literally sitting in the car with it on, and I am pressing the shirt and running outside, sometimes in my bra so I can put my shirt on. Because I'm like literally running that far behind. And when it came to doing orders for others, even if I wasn't charging for it, it taught me scheduling and time management somewhat in the beginning, because I'd be pressing stuff and they'd be pulling up to my driveway like, oh, okay, making it on this. That's why I didn't get a lot of pictures, because I didn't give myself enough time. So I missed out on getting a lot of pictures of things that I've made over the years. And even when I was doing that, most times it was me really giving it to them, or I only charged them for the exact cost of the shirt, the exact cost of the vinyl, because I gained more in designing it and understanding the design program. To me, all of the shirts that I did not make did not really make money off of is paying off now, because I have a business that grosses good little amount of money for me, just between me teaching people how to do this. Now I understand it. I can properly educate people. I have 2 very successful YouTube channels that generate revenue. I'm able to be an affiliate for different companies that generates revenue. So everything that I did back then, and being okay with not making money, being okay with learning the crafts, has made it to where, I mean, my husband, we never thought that we would not have his income, to where he lost his job through the pandemic and we never missed a beat. We're actually doing much better now than when he had his job. So don't take for granted these moments where you feel like you're just spending a lot of money on supplies and you're not making money back, because if you went into it thinking about just making money right out the gate, you're going to be disappointed. Like in you know, not everyone has it to where it's instant success, and they have it where people are constantly buying from them. Even if you have instant success and it's like, okay, I'm doing this. Let's say you got started around like Christmas time, you got all these orders coming in, and then that slow part hits. It's not going to always be consistent. It takes time to get consistent orders and consistent revenue from this. All right. So these were, like I said, these were shirts from, this is a Gildan one. This is from Walmart because it says heavy cotton. I know this kind comes from Walmart. And this one was from, this is a ladies cut. I don't remember where I got this one from, because I don't know if Walmart sells lady cuts in Gildan, but they were Gildans and they were lady cuts. I think that came from Michael's. Let's see. Where do I want to start at? Let's just do MJ's football stuff, right? I was pregnant, so I have several of these shirts. I wanted to be able to still wear them, and as my belly grew, I couldn't fit some of these shirts, so I ended up making myself multiples of them. As the belly grew and the size of the shirt grew, so that, you know, you couldn't see my belly, I made several of these shirts. So this is one. And this also gets to show, like, you don't have to have like full on shirts. This is actually real, because it's so much to it. It's long, but it's actually a pretty short design on this long sleeve shirt. And this trace of this, my gosh, what it took to, because I the images I found of this, what it took to get this trace and to separate it and know how to do it. And it seems it's simple, but there are still some design techniques in here, and how, like, especially when you're cutting it from vinyl. So while a design might be simple, and if I did this like for sublimation, some of the things that I did, I wouldn't have to do if I was doing sublimation, but for vinyl, so that this, like, so from this line, it's the same continuous one for all of this gold. So it has to be designed a certain way, and it has to be welded so that there's no gaps in it. So there is still, it takes skill and technique and know about welding when it comes to doing this. So there's this, and then this right here is what got me a lot of orders when he was in football, especially once it got cold. I did so many long sleeves and nothing more. They already had shirts. I didn't do like, I didn't purchase a shirt. They weren't buying the whole thing from me. They got their shirt from, let's say, there were a lot of like packages for the players, for the parents. I did from his football bag. I did most of his team with putting their name and number, because all the bags look the same. I did so many cheer bags. Like I did our the cheer bags and putting the design on it, putting their names on it. Some people are going to go get it embroidered. It will take too long. So see, that was the joy of having vinyl and knowing that I can put it on certain things, because they will take it to others. And it's like, while embroidery is something that it does last, it does take time. So they will be like, okay, you bring it in, you got to come back like in 2 days, because they either had so many of them. you know, depending on how many embroidery machines they have and having to hoop it and do those things, the wait time for it was a lot longer. Where here goes Shakia, oh, well, I can do in the same amount. I'm going to type out all their names. The machine is going to cut out all these names for these bags. I'm going to weed all of them out at the same time. I'm going to cut them, and I will press, and they will bring them to me, and I'm going to take them back with me to practice. So because I was able to provide it faster, and it's still great quality, made a lot of money off of those bags. But I had a lot of people that already had shirts. They just wanted their kid's name on it. So at that time, I was Elite Prints and Creations. Now we're HS Ink Prints. But HS Ink Prints, or Elite Prints to the rescue, this was my son's number. And then Pericles. We wore this to one game, and the amount of orders that I got just from this was crazy. This one doesn't have anything on the back, but then where's the other one like this? So here it is on, oh no, this is evens. This was mine, and you can tell it's much smaller. And then this is evens. So it's a little bit bigger because it's a bigger, and these came from Walmart. Yep, these are from Walmart, Fruit of the Loom. And so it's on the sleeve. And then these are all of his football ones. Their colors are gold, if you can't tell. So, of course, breast cancer. This was mine. Well, duh. Not making glitter for even, but it was a long sleeve. And all of this I designed myself with the football, the arrangement of like just making that fit with the 7U, the Golden Generals, and I made the original file, and it just had the pink on it because I think me and Evans designs the exact same size. I didn't do them for that one. I did not do them in different sizes. The only reason why these two are in different sizes is because I was trying to save on vinyl. I'm like, in order for me to get both of them to be his size, I would have had to use like two separate. It wasn't enough vinyl. So I shrunk mine down to fit on the vinyl. That was saving money and saving vinyl. And so with this, it was the same exact one, I actually have this quite a few times. And then for me, I wanted a little pop. So I put a little, glitter vinyl on top. This is right on top. I'm not sure if you can see the other pink under there. So that's glitter vinyl layered right on top of the regular one. It does layer. So I had, this was my long, again, when I wanted it in more than one way. So this was my long sleeve when it got cold, but I also have it in a short sleeve. So this is mine. So I wore this at a game. I wore that at a game when I'm like, oh, heck no, it's about to be cold. So I made myself same exact one, just cut it again and made myself a long sleeve. But this has MJ's. These, when I did it for others and it's just like a name and the number, they already had a shirt. I was charging at the time, I think either $8 or $10 just to put this on the back of shirts. Good money, good money, you know? And then this one was evens. So same exact design, same size, just put them on different things. Then they had this saying, it's just work. This one, I did not care for this vinyl. I was it didn't look like this over time. And that's when I realized good vinyl versus bad vinyl. I didn't really care for this one, but generally speaking, it's just work. And they called it strap season. Don't ask me what the hell that meant, but I mean, hey. So with just the layout of it and just changing it, rearranging it, like this was a design, and the coaches actually love this one. I ended up making this for the coaches as well. There's this version, and there's one where it has a football helmet and it has 7U in the helmet. So even some these aren't coming back in the room, are they? Yes, heck yeah, they are. So you're going to see, of course, this chief head come again. So although it took me a really long time, not say a really long time, but it was a lot of work to get that chief head just right. I'm like, look here. If I had to go through all this is not about to be no one time, one wham bam, thank you, ma'am, like a one-time deal. Look, it took too much work. I'm gonna figure out a way to use this sucker all sorts of ways because it, who Jesus. So this was another shirt, and this is from 2017. And so this one just doesn't have the face, and I put just the headdress over the 7U. Again, this is strategically done to where the U is connected with the outline, and just took away the face, cutting into the the U here, and just the arrangement and the layout of it and all that kind of good jazz. So yeah, this is that one. And then the big order for them was screen print transfers. So again, it's that same chief head, but this is a 3-color design. The orange, which the garment makes it like a 4-color. So you get the black, of course, in his face. So I didn't have to do a black screen print. The black from this is what filled that in. I had this version. I also have this whole thing in just gold. So that made it to where those who wanted this but had a smaller budget, that's where you capture, I hate when people say, oh, whatever, you can't afford me, or, they don't have another option. So you can make money and you can give them something that's comparable, but it fits within their budget. So I used this one, I have a version that's 1 color. So if you wanted that one, you get the same one. We all have the same design, but you were able to get your shirt at a lower cost because it was just all gold. And then this one was multiple, like all 3 colors. And this was not a 3-color transfer that you buy from them that way. I had to layer all 3 colors. I think I'm not sure if the video is still up, but I brought 3 different single color screen print transfers. I had to set them up and strategically cut little registrations in certain parts. And I end up pressing these, took 4 different presses really to press this. And I designed all of it in Silhouette Studio, saved it as a PDF, and submitted it to, this one was through FM Expressions. And so this was the long sleeve one. And when I have a transfer, you can put it on anything. So this is the long sleeve shirt. And this is this one long sleeve or this one? No, this is also a long sleeve shirt. But we have this on long sleeve and we had it on short sleeve shirts as well. And then on the back, that same exact file, Pericles 58. And put that on the back. Let's see, does this one have it? This doesn't. Yep, this one has it too. Same exact file. So this is screen print. This is vinyl. So that's that. That was all of his football stuff. Then let's go to his track stuff. Ugh. And I'll get all the MJ stuff. I have this in, I don't know what the other shirts are, but I made this design in a couple different colors. And my sister, also, I made her some with this too. So it's because this is when the book came out and the whole thing with Steve Harvey. So I play up on things that are trending and then make them work for us. So it says, act like a lady, scream like a track mom. So I did that one. Here's when I realized you cannot layer foil. So there were letters on top of here because you can see that's just really thick. There were letters on top of here and they worked. Oh, I was real cute at the track meet, honey. But once I was washing clothes back then. But once I went and washed this, all those letters fell off in the wash. You can't layer on top of this foil. This is something where you would need to knock it out so that it's on the garment. But there are other ones where it's layered right on top. So act like a lady, scream like a track mom. And then there is this one. And it's just, I customized this. This is like 2 different of like the symbol for track shoes. So it's 2 different ones. Put the MGX here and wore that one. Very simple as far as like a shirt, just the shoe, and then the name of the track club, and then MJ's mom on the back. Once track season started with this, once again, made a whole lot of money. They already had the shirts from the track club. They just wanted either their kid's name, or like their kid's name on the back, or who they were, and the mom or the title. Oh, made a killing doing track season. This was actually one of my favorite ones. Some designs I make just for us, and I'm always surprised when people want them. So this one says Team Makai Jeremiah, because that's my son's name. And so it says lifetime member, fan club CEO. Even Zone said CFO, because of course, he was the financial, he was the one who took all his money to pay for everything. Well, it's our money, but he was the one working outside of the house. So Team Makai Jeremiah, simple. And I mean, this one I wore at Fly Tap, which is the championship. And just walking around, a lot of them even got more because it said CFO. And then dads used to be like, who you telling? Like, this is expensive to pay for all this stuff for track. And then when you're there all day for the food and stuff like that, I think he was coming back from the concession stand with a whole bunch of stuff. And then it was a couple dads, like they read it, and was one dad, it was like a chain reaction. It was like, who you telling? Man, they want, and you're at the track meets, it's like you're there all day. So these kids are asking for stuff 24/7. So that was pretty cool. Like, just little things like that is what catches people's attention, and it connects with them. And so then they're asking them, well, where do you get it from? Oh, yep, my wife. I used to have it. This one doesn't. After a while, I started wearing it to where any shirt that I had, like I made for me, it had my business information on the back. Why not? I mean, this part, I got screen prints, and it had my business information. So they were able to just take a picture of it. This one says, my favorite runner calls me daddy. And to my students, this was done with Microsoft Word's word art. I don't know why I can't get it to work now, but yep. So my favorite runner calls me daddy. And this one says, my favorite runner calls me mommy. This, of course, was mine. And it says Team MJYP. Team. And you'll notice a lot of his team stuff and all that, same exact font. It worked for football. It worked for track. So I use the same fonts because I already had them, and same fonts, same designs from track to football. Did anybody care it was the same fonts? I have to keep on doing it. Ooh, this was crooked. Team MJYP. And this, let me tell you, this kind of vinyl, this kind of font, no ma'am, no ham. See, this is when you do it for yourself, you know what you don't want to do. So you don't feel like when you go and it's like, oh, you have this great idea, and you already gave your client a quote, and they said, oh yeah, just have at it, do what you want with it. And then you come up with this oh so amazing design, and it takes you forever and a day to weed it. See, this is why I tried out on myself first, because I know now what to charge someone if I'm gonna get real fancy with these little fancy fonts and this little vinyl that didn't want to behave with really thin areas. Like, the top lines of track is thin as all get out. When I got to my brother's shirt and Zion Imani's shirt, they didn't get all this. No, ma'am. I went back in there and took all those little pieces out and deleted them. I could not. No, ma'am. No ham. But I designed this whole thing with the shoe, and then going and cutting into the mom. So it's not layered on top. There are cuts into it. And this was, so funny story, right? This right here, and people protect their brand at all, all the time. So I didn't think anything of it. He's a part of MGX. I make my own shirts. So I did it, and I had this. It was like one of our first ones that I wore, and it had the MGX. I even had this big old decal on my car. Had MGX. I'm like, okay, yep, I'm representing the track club. And it was like, You ain't get permission to use our logo. So, I mean, okay, I understand you already got yours, your own, because several people were asking us about the shirts. So he's like, nope, you can't use our logo. I was like, well, damn. It didn't stop nothing because as long as it said the name, he can't stop from using the name. It was just their actual logo. I actually got more compliments and more for this design than I did for the one that had their logo on it. So don't be afraid to put a spin on it and do your own thing, because it's about what it represents. And for some and people, they will buy it based off of what it represents, not just the logo. So there are ways for you to make creative designs that look like Disney or look like certain characters that don't infringe on their trademark, and people still buy it. So this one, and then when I couldn't do it that way, that's okay. I'll just write it out. I still that's a who you stopping? Nobody, baby. Same exact shoe, right? Then I took it even further and I put it inside my baby name. Team MJ. Same exact one. Miami Gardens Express. End up selling these two. Yes, God. Yes, God. Surely did. And then, of course, there was this one, and we all had it. So so it said track mom, track dad, track B bro, because that's what they call themselves, big brother, baby brother, and then track uncle. And I forgot what my mom's own said. It was something. So that's that. I think that's all of like MJ stuff. All right, let's see. Going back to the cheer one, I told you when I did this, because I designed this myself. I'm sorry. This is good. Y'all aren't seeing anything. Good information for y'all. I'm just a talking. I didn't stop to see what y'all wrote. If y'all were asking any questions, I'm just a running my mouth. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I love to teach. I am long-winded. Yes, this we know, but hopefully you guys are getting something out of this, because I did not bother to look at any of these comments. I'm looking straight at the camera and I'm just going. So, let's see. Can't wait to see the file. Now y'all gonna have me pulling out pillows. Can I ask a print setting question? I'll address it towards the end if it's not, I haven't been on here too long. Yep, Walmart is a gym for vinyl stuff. She said facts. I started making them for our ministry. Yep. I have a hard time with scheduling. Hey. Ooh, I was actually gonna wear your shirt. I was gonna do my unboxing, but I have something I'm planning for April 1st. I'm gonna actually unbox your brand and rock my Imperfectly Qualified on April 1st, because it's gonna talk about some of the imperfections and stuff like that. Thank you so very much. What screen print do you use? FM Expression, the old one, or another screen print company? So I've used several. This is from Stalls Transfer Express. I've used FM Expressions. I've used 613 Original, and just found out recently, because Erastus went there. TKO is right here in South Florida. So I'm going to try them out actually really, really soon. I'm going to try out their transfers thanks to my boy Erastus. When he did his story and he actually went and was able to see their facility. Now that would be really dope. I already knew kind of like how they were done, but it would be really cool to be able to go in there and see how, like, to really, really see it. But TKO, I can't wait to order some stuff from them. But these came from, like I said, Stalls Transfer Express. The ones from MJ's own came from 613 Originals. I was trying to find his Spirit shirt, because I did the entire, like the Spirit shirts, the year he was in the 2nd grade. Those came from 613 Originals. But so with this one, remember I said it had this like weird black color. It's actually was called Black Onyx. So it looked horrible on the black. I had to cut that black piece, but mama ain't raised no fool. I flipped that thing and made some more money off of it, because then the next year I took them. I already had this. Let me see. Remember, look, this is in white, right? I didn't even need the paw print because I didn't have any more of the paws. I didn't want to do that. What your girl did? started with my cheerleaders, then sold some more of them. I took that MG that I took off the other one, took just the Bulldogs part and made a whole nother shirt. Yes, God, see, ways to flip it and make money. I have the juice to teach you how to make money and how to maximize your coins. So I took those off, pressed that, already had this one, and basically came up with a totally different design now in the other colors. So this came from Transfer Express and a sneeze. And then this was just, thank you for anyone that says bless you. And this was just regular heat transfer vinyl. So I could have done this in smooth heat transfer vinyl. I could have done this in glitter heat transfer vinyl. So from this shirt this design that I did all the jackets, all the shirts from, the next year I did more shirts and I ended up adding a different shirt because I had all of the MGs, and it does look more black because you don't have I'll show you. On here, it looks gray, but by itself, it does look more black than it does gray, but next to the black, it just didn't work. So I made more money on top of more money on top of more money on those. So yeah, that's that. So now, first time I did screen printing. Lord, these shirts right here was a hotmess.com. They bled everywhere. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know about heat setting, but I still keep it. I designed it in Silhouette Studio, and this is a DIY screen print. So I did this with the Speedball screen printing kit. I actually did it in a video, but I think the video has since been deleted. But I had this one. And then when you have the screens, you can do different colors. So actually, no, this was the same color, just on different shirts. So same thing. I got better. This one I realized I'm supposed to heat set it. So it looked a whole lot better. All designed in Silhouette Studio. Even the check with all the little paws and making the check, all done. Who's gonna check these paws? That was when so I had a lot of really great designs based off of what was happening at the time. And that was when what's her name? Cherie from what's that one? Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check these paws? And then you have the check on there. So you can see on that one where the color bled, you can see the white underneath these. Ooh, child, I didn't know what I was doing on that. But it got better because this one did not bleed. So I did get better with doing my screen printing at home. This was actually one of the first ones I tried to do color, and I had to learn about doing first colors like this on black. I mean, I tried things myself and didn't care about wasting money. I quickly realized when you're doing on black and you're doing certain colors, you have to do a white underbase first and then flash dry and then do it on top. I still keep this shirt, but it was wrong, all the way wrong. So that was this side, and you can see how patchy that is. And then I was like, man, what the heck? So then for the back part, and it came out the right way, I put a white underbase and then the yellow on top. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull it back. So there versus, hold on. Okay, wait. There versus here. Now you can actually see the yellow because you have to put a white underbase. So I know about screen printing also. Here is another shirt. I purposely wanted black on there. I'm not sure you can still see it, and I just like the effect of it to where it was a darker shirt. Don't be afraid to put dark colors on shirts. It actually has a really good, really, really nice effect, and it showed up actually quite well in pictures. Other cheer shirts, and these were all shirts I just made for myself because we're at the park every single week. So I was always just, oh my God, I have a shirt anyway. So I was always making shirts for myself and my team, and it just helped cut the cost down for my cheer parents. So one team, one mission, one goal. And then that same shirt that I had on white, this is it on gray. So I was able to provide it in on different color shirts because I had the transfers and I had everything. So I was able to do it on different color shirts. And then I made a bunch of these with different sayings. Like my sister's own said, well, I forgot what my sister's own said, but I know like her sister was like, the bougie track mom, and then like her child's name. So since I was the cheer coach and I was always screaming, so mine just says the cheering, okay, screaming, track mom, track mom. Oh wait, no, it was the same one here. I thought it was the same here, but it's not. It's a different. But I used that font somewhere else. But it's the same font that I used here. It's the same font that is here. But so I was the type of person where once I liked a font, I was using that sucker for everything. So there's that one. And I think that's the end of all of like MJ's type shirts and like cheer shirts. It was only MJ shirts. These are all my cheer shirts. And that's just the stuff that's for me. Like this isn't the stuff that was made for my actual cheerleaders. And then personal shirts, like memorial ones. I don't like pictures. It might seem simple or like gappy, but when people like just it wasn't this one, it wasn't a great like wow design, but when people realize what it meant, as far as on a shirt, to me it doesn't wow on the shirt, but on the screen it looked amazing. And that will happen to you sometimes as well. You'll design it and looking at it flat on a screen, it's like, ooh, like this gonna hit, this gonna be it. Then you put it on the shirt and it's like, So this one was for my cousin. And so he was murdered, and it says angel wings, and there's a hand. And so it says released 3:30. It was today. Oh, shoot. He was murdered today. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because it made me go into labor. Because Auntie Mike's birthday is the 19th. Because his funeral would have been next week. And then I went into labor right after that. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Can't get emotional. Okay, get emotional. So the way that like it's his name, hold on, I'm gonna hold it back. So on the shirt, because it's such a wide surface, it looks spacey. Now on the screen, it looked different. But when I put on the shirt, I mean it was kind of spacey, but I still like everyone loved the message behind it. So it is a hand holding a jar, and it says like the jar holds angel wings. So the wings are flying out to go to his name. Is my thought process for the design, and it just says released 3:30 to 18. So angel wings released and going towards his name. So that was my concept. Love it still, but on the shirt, it did look a little. It wasn't like a full like design, and like with all of them being in different spots, it was a little spacey on it. So it looked weird on the shirt, but I still rocked it, and I was prego. So I was like out to here. Oh man, that's about to make me. Whew. And I don't like shirts with people's pictures on it. So for my aunt, it was just like this: the life of Patricia, sunrise, sunset. And I have this design that I made for my cousin. I think she's just going to turn into a tattoo. And I kind of had this whole heartbeat, and it has the dates inside of it. I actually have a decal, card decal for my aunt that was the same way. So it has at the beginning their birthday, and then the heartbeat, and then the flat line, the day they passed. So this is my aunt. And then on the back, it had all of our, so I made this for all of our cousins, all of us. So it's auntie's babies. And I listed all of us. And the star is my aunt that my cousin that had already passed, but it's all of her nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews too, all on the back. Well, no, I think this is all of her first ones because my kids' names aren't on here. Those are still her great. So actually, it's just all of us who are her direct, like we are her siblings' children. So all of our names. I didn't put all of our kids' names on it, but this was when my aunt passed on my husband's birthday. So I have this one for myself and from Walmart, Time and True, same thing. So I think one I wore to the wake and the other one to the repast. But you don't have to have pictures on stuff. And quite a few, I had one that has pictures. And when I wore mine, it was several of them that ordered it. Of course, they couldn't get auntie babies, but like I made this for all my cousins. And I don't know what folks talking about when they say folks don't, when family don't support. Every last one of my cousins paid for their shirt, but they had a different image on the front, but we all had this on the back. All right, I think, oh, no, this is the very first thing I did with vinyl. Regular old shirt, because I only had a little bit. I put Mrs. Pericles. I wasn't married at the time, but hey, I still put Mrs. Pericles. This was this, and I have another one. This was one of the very first things I did in vinyl. So, all right. Let's see. Shirts for me. Designed this in Silhouette Studio. It's an old shirt. Stains on here. Oh, these are really old shirts. I still keep them. I even told them these I come back in the room. I was like, I probably won't. I'll probably do like have y'all ever seen T-Shirt Man Los on TikTok? And he has like all of his shirts kind of like framed out. So I'm thinking for most of these, some of these I can't even fit no more. I will probably fold them over foam board to have them when we finally open up a shop, and I can do them like T-Shirt Man Los does on TikTok. But there's that one. Quick shirts for MJ for school. Breast cancer. Baby shower shirts. And then putting the name there. This one was MJ's. Don't ask about it. If you know, you know. This is when I'm always trying out different vinyls on myself first. And this is when I knew that I could not stand holographic. It works for some people. I don't understand why they make holographic vinyl. This is the most scratchiest stuff in the world. I cannot stand holographic vinyl, and it always looks like it's coming off. I've washed this quite a few times. I still wear it. It's never come off, but it always feels like it's about to come off because it always seems like it's going to come off because it's just so thick. But having this loop and loop here is a good design. It's a design technique I teach in Silhouette Studio. I've done branding shirts. This is why it's good to have a really good logo. This is actually one of the logos I designed. So her thing is I dream of decor. So it's the I is the genie box, dream. Of couldn't fit because in the actual logo of, and that's one of the reasons why you learn about good designs, because I put of inside decor. So when I went to go cut this, it didn't work. So I probably should just put I dream and then of and then decor. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the times. That's when I started to learn to also offer the logos to my clients stacked and not just one way, because depending on how you use it, this ended up being super, super long across the top. So I was an event planner, but I used to work her events with her. She used to work my events with me. So this was on my shirt whenever I went to go work her events. But I also designed her logo. Birthday shirts. I always made my own birthday shirts. Birthday behavior. My eye is the Gemini symbol. My green for emerald. This was my birthday shirt probably like 2 years later. Again, this is when you know certain vinyls you never want to sell to your customers because it all fell off. So it says, it was supposed to say 37, you have been, and then it says evicted. 38, welcome to your new home. Birthday shenanigans. So, and then of course, green shirt because my birthday's in May. And emerald is our color. So 37, you've been evicted. 38, welcome to your new home. Actually, back then, when I did this on video, on live. I actually sold this file to quite a few people. When they saw it, they was like, that's a really good saying. So that made me money. I made it for myself, but I sold that file back in the day. When my beloved Shaquille O'Neal retired, well, no, they retired his jersey, should I say. He had already been retired. I made my shirt for the retirement. Forever Heat, O'Neal, 32. Everybody was asking me where I bought this shirt from because they wanted one. I made it. Can you make me one? Heck no, I ain't going. You ain't finna come for my little coins. But I got so many compliments, and I still gave out my card. I told them I couldn't make this, but I still end up getting orders. Always have your cards, or now we're in the age of digital, have something they can scan. And then I'm walking around American Airlines Arena on the day they retired his jersey in this, and I got stopped so many times and gave out my card so many times. And it's just simple. It's just his name, and then the Superman symbol, because that's kind of when he was here, the diesel and the Superman symbol, and then his number. And then, of course, just strategically putting the heat colors. All this and this were scrap pieces of vinyl. This one came first. I'm a Miami girl all day, every day. So my Miami 305, got a lot of compliments about this one too. Can you make me one? No. My husband works here. Won't get me cased up. Won't have my husband losing his job. So I did not sell these. I made them for myself. But it still got a lot of attention. Gave out a lot of cards. Now, this one, my husband, they work for the Dolphins. I did sell a few shirts like this after they saw it, because I had on this one. MJ had on orange. But it's kind of the same concept, but 305. And it has the dolphin symbol for the O. They saw that. May or may not have made a couple coins off of this one. I'm just saying. Don't come for me. I don't know how much it was. Don't come for me now. Look, that was a long, long time ago. I don't sell it anymore. It's just I didn't know any better back then. Oh, more cheer stuff. So I did. This was their practice. No, their temporary game uniforms. So I ended up making this. And this was literally, I had 48 hours to make it for their entire squad. And then now some sublimation stuff. Oh, wait, no, this one. I just created a design because he lives. I wore this one Easter. I made this for myself. It was underneath my my camisole, my cami, and my pink. I made this one for Easter because he lives at church. This is I learned about, even with glitter vinyl. So I did this one, really, really great. Last year, I think I did this one, and this is where it was the teaching moment because I completely forgot. You cannot sub. Even this has how much polyester? This has 60. This is a 65% polyester, but the dye bleeds through. So vinyl does not have dye block. So when you're doing this, it's not great. You can do it on dark cotton shirts. It's not great for dark polyester shirts because it will bleed through. This is not the color. It cannot be a great effect, but that this is much darker, and then around it should have been like a white vinyl or the rainbow, and it looks gray now. Still really cool effect. Just wasn't supposed to look like this. And then there's this one. I have another one that says faith, but it's in the corner. So again, giving people variety, giving them different options. So I have this one that's up here. I have this exact same thing. Exact same thing. And it looks totally different on the other one. It says faith, but it's just different positions. So it's down here on this part, so it kind of sits on the thigh. Same design. You guys are always trying to reinvent the wheel and have all these new designs by this file, by that file. You'll be surprised that if you take the time to really push a few designs, that will help get you like your little jump start. Well, no, that's like a lawnmower. Get you that little jump start for people to know what you can do when you take the time to focus on one or two things. I actually sold quite a few of these. Fight. Go outside. Oh, okay. Going outside. I thought he said fight. He go outside. So for the faith and just simple and choosing the right fonts in regular vinyl, sublimation to glitter, sublimation designs, I sold a lot of this shirt, a lot of these shirts, just from people seeing them. And this wasn't infringing on anyone. It's one word and in the different positions. I actually had one too that went all the way down. One design, offer it. B, you have to think outside the box and offer it to them and let them see it in different variations. And it's going to make them want to buy it. I had one person, she actually came back for it. But when I first did it, she brought the two shirts at the top and at the bottom. Same exact design, but they're in different places and they were on different colors. So she ordered two of the exact same shirt. I already showed this one. This is mine. And here's another one where doesn't do too well. And it got even worse after washing because it bled even more. So do not try to sub to glitter on anything that has polyester. This only has, this is also a 65% polyester and it's black. But when you're doing it like this and there's white, it ends up tinting it. See, on this side, it doesn't look bad. But this side, no bueno. Oh, before I get to the rest of those, let's see, what is this? Oh, here's the one I was saying. We went to the premiere of the Avengers. I made our shirts. And eventually I got to a point to where I got tired of carrying cards. Bam. This was on the back of a lot of our shirts. More so MJ's than mine because I started making a lot of shirts for him. But I got these screen print transfers and they were on the back. And if somebody wanted a free shirt from me, you want free from me, you're going to be cute at your party. You're going to be cute in the club with my advertising on the back. You don't want my advertising on the back? Pay me my coins. That's another way I got my family to stop asking me for free stuff because I would tell them, oh, can you make me a shirt? Mm-hmm. Oh, but okay. Well, you do understand whenever I give out free stuff, you have to walk around. I'm going to make sure whether you tell people or not, they going to know who made your shirt because you're going to have this on the back. Oh, well, how much I got to pay to not have it on the back? Well, you got to pay the price. So that was my little hack to get my family to stop asking me for free-ish. But for us, because I'm not going to charge myself, I put that on the back of all of our shirts. I probably need to go back on some of these sub shirts and sub that with HS ink. I'm probably going to sub that on the back of a lot of these shirts now that are my personal shirts. So one of my first sub shirts with art paper. Another one, my Black Pledge, which this you can purchase at hsinkdesigns.com. So I'm always practicing on stuff that's not making me money, but it does help me hone in on my skills to where when I started to make money, like I'm making money and I know what I'm doing. And it is turning my business, which it will be a multi-million-dollar business because of the skills that I have developed over the years. And one of my favorite shirts Hold on. This is a shirt that's from Walmart. I just go to Walmart. When I want to do stuff, I just go to Walmart and get a shirt. I'm going to Walmart anyway. So this says, oh wait, I flipped it inside out. It was art. It's really thin. This is a really, really, really thin shirt. And it's colored. It's still thin. So it says, this was not done with my sublimation paper. This was with something else. I wish I can find this shirt again and then see it. So it says, you better get you an even, just not my even. And that's sub on this shirt from Walmart. This one was sent to me. So this is with our ink on a gray shirt. Look at how those colors pop. This is with our sublimation ink and sublimation paper. And oh, this was the non-glitter version. So you saw the glitter version. It's the non-glitter version of that shirt. And I forgot about this one. This was another one to where, oh, look. There's that one in gold too. So when I got, this is another really big order from a high school for Pi Day. And I ordered these from Jiffy. When I wanted, like, that's why I really got into Jiffy and I needed big, like for big orders. So these are screen print transfers, single color. So I would have, oh Lord, the number of shirts they had, and they were adding on shirts at the end. So because I had extra screens, was no problem. It made me look good to them because it's like, dang, she was able to put, fulfill that order like that because I knew ways, like I knew what it took to be able to do larger orders and have it to where I can just produce shirts. So in my class, the t-shirt talk, I go over that. I go over all the different like ways to make shirts, their benefits, how they're going to benefit your business. So if you haven't purchased that playback, it's on my website. It's called T-Shirt Talk. And it was basically a discussion of all these different ways you can make shirts and the pros and the cons of them. But I end up making the first prototype in regular vinyl. And then for the 5X shirt, I had to do vinyl, but I designed it in Silhouette Studio, ordered the screen print transfers for the front and the back. Easy money for this. I don't know why I think it's my camera because this is definitely not crooked. So I don't know why that's looking like that. I'm like, that's not crooked, but there's that. So I went in my closet for one thing, and I gotta fold all these back up to show you one. But to me, it was important to show you guys like there is growth and there's progression in this. If you're just starting, don't beat yourself up if you feel like things aren't moving. As you can see from a lot of those designs, I was using the same fonts over and over and over again. I didn't stress about fonts. I found a couple fonts that I liked, and I created a bunch of designs with those fonts and make things for yourself. How many of you have this many shirts in your closet because you've made that many shirts for yourself? Or how many have you made like for family or like things that you can look back on? I look back on layout and placement and I see my growth in this. Make sure that you can see your growth. So you can celebrate your growth. If you don't see it, you can't celebrate it. When you're just making stuff for everyone else and you're not making it for yourself first, where you can actually physically see it. I have made thousands upon thousands of shirts, but they go to my clients. And like I said, when I had horrible time management, I don't even have evidence of those orders as far as pictures. And that's going to happen sometimes. You're not going to always have pictures, but I've done so much. And this is just the shirt part of it. And the key thing in this is I didn't start here. The way these designs developed and how I was able to just jump into shirts so easily is because of the time and the work that I put in when I was doing. Before that, it was adhesive vinyl. Before adhesive vinyl, it was paper crafting, whether it was printed or just cutting it out. There was foam board. There was things I did by hand. I actually just saw a picture that my cousin posted when I made the candy bags for my goddaughter's birthday. She just posted that as a memory. Where did it go? Or did I post it? I don't remember. or why it came up, but I just saw it as a memory. It was on my memories, and it said 10 years ago I made that for my goddaughter's birthday. So, I mean, celebrate your growth. That was like going through this. I was just like, dang, I have made this many shirts that's at my house, and just going back and finding the first one. Give yourself some grace when it comes to how you design. Not every design is going to look perfect. This is one. As much as I love it and it's sentimental, I'm actually going to wear this today. I'm actually going to switch out my shirt and wear this for the remainder of the day because I still love the message. Although on the shirt, this was this not a fail, but this wasn't the best when it came to this one, but I love the message behind it. It will probably, like, this didn't work well for a shirt, but it would probably be great for like on canvas, as artwork, but not as a shirt. Sometimes we design for one thing and it may not work well for that, but it'll work well for something else. And that, I think I definitely want to put that on a canvas now. So yeah. She says my family does. Like, I know my friends and family support and they want to pay full price. See if you can get somebody to do t-shirt. No, I don't think I really want to quilt because I'm not a big blanket. I live in Miami. It's hot. I don't really use a lot of blankets, but I rather have that on the wall. So I want to do like t-shirt man Los does. She said, yes, I've seen him. I like how he has it and have them. And I have a lot of foam board. I can just wrap it and just kind of have those for that. My husband used to give me input vinyl on everything, or get me to put vinyl on everything, including the walls. Oh, my husband used to get me. I put vinyl on everything, including my walls. Yes, I used to put vinyl. We had a lot of decals on our walls around this house. Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, I'm at work. I have so many questions that I can't ask. Always come back to a post and post them, and ask those questions. Join my Facebook group. When you are not at work, post your questions in my Facebook group, one of my Facebook groups. Will you show how to make designs for the t-shirt? So yes, in the beginning of this, I talked about that. So, when she say flip that thing, blueprint. Yes, TKO is what it's called. Erastus talked about them, and they're right here in South Florida. She says, love it. Need that act like a lady one for AAU basketball like now. I probably can work that out. I can work that out for you and put something with act like a basketball arm or something like that, or something different on there. I would like to learn to layer vinyl. Means talking about something about nothing. Means talking about nothing and you talking about something, not long-winded at all. Okay, thank you. Information long-winded. Oh, that goes with that one. Oh, long-winded means talking about. I got to go back and read that together. Yes, Team Mom, my son played tag football. My youngest and baby boy just showed out. So, back to the person that was asking about the designs. In the beginning, I talked about that. I was inspired by one of my students in my 30-day, because today we wrapped up. And so she was asking about whether or not I would audit some of their designs. Like if they design something, could they send it to me? Because I did a kind of a breakdown of someone's design and gave based off of my design style. That doesn't mean that it's right because it's my design style, but based off of my design style, I gave her some feedback on hers. And they asked, whether or not I would do that, because that is good to know as far as like composition and layout. So for the month of April, I'm going to go through 30 I'm going to pick 30 different designs off of my computer, in my files, and I'm going to do videos on how those designs are put together. Whether it's warping or subtracting and welding and offsetting and all that kind of good jazz. So I'm going to go through those for the month of April. So from April 1st to April does anybody else do months like this? January, February, March, April. So it's a 30-day month. that's how I know if it's like a 30, 31, or like with February, it's a down one. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Did you know that you can do that on your knuckles and know if it's a 30-day or a 31-day month? Yeah, that's how I figured it out. Don't judge me. But so for 31 days, I will be doing a different design at 11 a.m. But you have to either be enrolled in my Essentials to Silhouette Studio, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. That's my bonus. They were amazing. Oh my God, they gave me the biggest surprise today at the end of class. I was on there. I'm so glad I'm so glad Jamila made sure I was not recording, because I was on there boohoo crying, y'all. Oh my gosh, those students were amazing. So just as a thank you to them, like they really, really inspired me, and I'm gonna miss my 11 o'clock sessions. They won't be on Zoom, but I'm gonna stream them live, and they will have the links. So for those who either join my YouTube. So if you don't want to join the full program for 8365, if you feel like you can learn this all in 30 days, you can sign up for $14.99 and become a member on Silaholics Anonymous. So the link is in the description of this video. I'm going to go back to here. I'll post it in the comments as well. So if you just want to join the YouTube membership, and you'll be able to catch, it says there's something with like how it does lives, but I plan to pre-schedule them. So hopefully you guys will be able to watch it live from the join. If not, you'll have to see the playback of it. But I'm going to do my best to like schedule tonight and tomorrow. I'm going to end up scheduling all of these out. But that's a way to watch it. It's $14.99 per month through YouTube. So you can become a member on YouTube, or you can sign up for my Essentials to Silhouette Studio, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days course. I'm going to stream it to their platform as well, which is a YouTube. It's a special YouTube link. So I'm going to stream it to there for them. Or if you are in my bachelor's, master's, or doctorate program, they will have access to it. So I'm doing it, but you have to be in one of my programs in order to see me go through all of these designs. So I'm going to pick out 30 and do them for the entire month of April at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via a live stream. Yes, you will always be able to see the playback. So if you do the membership on YouTube, if you ever end your membership, you lose access. If you join my 30-day class, you'll have forever access to these playbacks, along with the playbacks of the 30 days. If you're in bachelor's, y'all have access to all that as well. Yes, you can do members only lives, but there is a glitch with it where it doesn't send out notifications for it. Like you have to make a post so that they know, but like it doesn't send out notifications when you're doing members only live. So I have to just pre-schedule them. That way they know to come and watch them, and I'll be live at 11 a.m. Yeah, it just sucks because you have to make a post. I'm so thankful for you and your help. You are very welcome. I definitely need a refresher. We love you, so it's not hard to treat you. Y'all, that they had me boohoo crying. Y'all, man. I knew y'all were up to something, but I didn't know y'all were up to that. Y'all are awesome. All right, so I'm going to go so I can take a little breather. Like I said, I have class tonight, and then I will be live. I'm going to make a post on YouTube. I'm going to make a post on Facebook to give you guys the direct link to Kizzy's Facebook group. It's Sublimation with Blanks. It has a very colorful, it has like feathers on it, and that's what her banner looks like for her group. But it's Sublimation with Blanks. We're going to do the keepsake diploma pillows. You can buy the pillows from her website, and I will be live collabing with her live in her group. She has a free file on her website, but tonight in my bachelor's program, we're going to design one, and the one that I'm going to design is the one I'm going to use in the live video. All right. So y'all are just bad. Hello, Loretta. How are you? So you are able to only see playbacks if you are a member for these videos. Yes, only if you are a member of if you have enrolled in Essentials to Cellulite Studio, if you are a member on the Cellaholics Anonymous YouTube channel, or if you are enrolled in my doctorate or master's or bachelor's program. It is not going to be open lives. I'm going to go through several of these different designs and break down the different design techniques and the different tools that you need for these designs. So yeah, you'll just have to watch the playbacks of them. So the lives will not show. You'll just have the playbacks. I mean, they're not classes. They're just watch me design. So that's the other thing too. So it's not a class where I'm going to provide the elements for you and you're going to be able to follow along. I'm going to teach you through it. It's not that type. It's basically a watch me design. I'm going to go through how I put these designs together so that you get a better understanding of composition for designs and choosing fonts and sizing fonts and spacing fonts and all of that. Class tonight is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are very welcome. All right, y'all. How much is the playback to learn? So that's this. So Essentials to Cellulite Studio will get you access to all 30 days. We just wrapped up today of the live sessions. It's been up for a while. You could join the live sessions, but if you want to still get access to the playbacks, it is on the site now. If you sign up today, you have access to all 30 days. Like they are streamed and all 30 days are already up there for you. And it's a link on there and you can watch all 30 days today if you want. But as a bonus for next month, I am going to give them access to this content as well because they were absolutely awesome. So for anyone that signs up now, y'all can thank the 125 people that were enrolled and the ones that came live. We averaged who actually was able to come live. We actually it was like 30 people on there today, which was crazy because of what they did. And we had exactly 30 people on the 30th and they did this amazing thing in class. So that was really awesome. I said that was nothing but God. God was working today because Design Bundles was down as well. But yeah, anywho, you can sign up. You have access to all of them. And then you will have access to watch it live and watch the playback. Because I'm going to have the links and I'm going to put all the links out there. We're actually going to spend probably today and tomorrow or probably this weekend. So I'll put the first couple of the links up. And then this weekend, I'll schedule out all of the sessions. That way it's there for you guys. And you'll be able to watch those. Watch me how I design all of this stuff. So thank you. Y'all are so awesome. Thank you. I tell people that you are the best. Thank you. So playback $83.65 for Essentials, or you can sign up for Cellaholics Anonymous's membership and just hit join. So if you go to our YouTube channel, it will show you here to join, or you can click the link that's in the description. It's $14.99 per month for that. And you can, if you watch all of them in a month and you get everything you need from it, hey, only pay $14.99 for all of that content. But if you want to be able to continue, now on this one, whenever you end your subscription, you don't have access to the videos. If you sign up for Essentials to Cellulite Studio, you have forever access to the videos. Okay. Is this the same as the one in the Academy? So for Academy members, you guys will get the stream as well. So if you're an Academy member, but this right here is not the same Essentials to Cellulite Studio. It's the same, but a little bit different. The Essentials to Cellulite Studio that you guys have that's included in your membership for the Academy, that was the one from 2021. So that's the one that's like one whole day. This, I broke it down into 30 days. I was trying out a new format and I absolutely love it. So that the next time when I open up my program in September, I will have a different way of doing it. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. I'm going to take a little breather before I have class tonight. Until next, if you're in class, check and make sure you have Old English, because that's the font that we're going to use tonight for class. And be on the lookout for my post for Kizzy's group, Sublimation with Blanks. Sublimation with Blanks or Subbing with Blanks? Hold on. It is Sublimation with Blanks. So at the top, it says every sub begins with blanks, Sublimation with Blanks. And that's the group that I will be live in tonight to do the diploma pillows. So, alrighty, y'all. So if you join, so you have access to what? The 30-day playbacks? Yes, you'll have access to those playbacks. But the Academy, you already automatically have access to the lives and the playbacks for the t-shirt designs. If you want the new essentials, you have to pay for that. But there is a link in the group where you can get it for 50% off since you're already an Academy member. You are very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, y'all, let me go. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.